What is up? Hey, Randroid's Dojo. We're kicking off here. Got any clankers in the lobby? Don't see any. You can watch the stream on Twitch for no lag, no latency. You can watch it on YouTube, where I will be posting the VOD. So today's going to be a little bit different. I'm going to try something a little more structured. Let's kick it off. All right. I've updated my website. You can see it here. It's got a bunch more projects on it. A lot of these I did on stream, ordered it, so it's a bit, the better ones are kind of towards the top. But yeah, let's dive into something new. We're actually going to build an app today, not a game, but it's 4 games. You'll see. All right, kicking us off. Vibe coding games. Hold on a second. I gotta get my setup correct. What's the best way to do this? You guys can't see my other screen, but I feel like I'm looking over here. All right, let's just try it. All right, vibe coding games get you to playable surprising. Santiago, it's your idea to script these. You gotta edit this. Vibe coding games get you to playable surprisingly fast. The problem is that playable is not the same as fun. You've seen this on my streams. You've seen me come back to you and say, I vibe coded this all weekend for 48 hours, but it's just not fun. It works, it's just not fun. I can ask Claude to implement a card battler, Clankers, TCG, Vibe TCG. Check out the repo for it. I can give it a ghost library. That's what I was talking about. I can give it tests. I can make the engine deterministic. I can make the UI boot. Look at this. I did it. Clankers. Exactly what I did. Built from a ghost library. Technically boots. Technically playable. But then I play the game and I notice things like, I don't know what to do in the first 30 seconds. This move technically works, but it has no impact. The CPU is deterministic enough that I can feel the pattern. It's just, there's no real challenge here. The UI communicates state, but not intent. Very true. The moment should feel cool, and it doesn't. That feedback is currently trapped in my head. I go through it, I open it up, I play it, whatever comes to mind, I tell you guys. But today, we're going to start externalizing it so that the agent can actually take this feedback. I can give it a little more easily, track it a little more easily. So right now the loop is, we have a spec, right? We kick it off with spiral. That's the skill. Check out my skill for it. Got it open here. So in skills, this guy here, spiral HTML. This is the scaffolding for my game's state tracking. So it knows to ask questions about the spec, about the game idea first, and then it breaks out a bunch of tasks and has these ledgers that track progress as it implements. I use Randroid loop, another skill, to actually loop on the backlog. Use task tracking .html for the individual task statuses. So it's a whole full system except the review part. So today it goes spec to agent to game to test to manual playtest, and then notes trapped in my head, or I just have to type them to Claude. What we want to go to though is a little different. We want spec to agent to game to test, and then playtest spiral HTML review artifact, follow-ups and questions, next agent slice. So what does that look like? I just said a bunch of words, right? The goal is not to automate taste today. The goal is to capture taste in a format that agents can learn from. Maybe someday we'll be able to use the new like Claude workflows, dynamic workflows, to say, go test my game and make it fun. But I think a step before we get there is this manual. I go through and I play the game, I get feedback, I annotate it somehow, and I export that feedback, screenshots, game state, things like that, for the agent to act on. So Vibe TCG, I brought it up earlier, was my first attempt at a Ghost library. A Ghost library for a theme-agnostic single-player browser card battler. Spec only, no code. Hand the contents of the directory to a coding agent and it produces a playable game. What is a Ghost library? Ghost library is the abstract idea of an open source package without the implementation. It contains a specification of behavior, spec.md, in this repo right there. An executable test suite that any implementation must pass, test.yaml. Variation point documents that let consumers customize the stack, design, and rules without forking. StackMD, DesignMD, MechanicsMD, ThemeMD. That's the key. Otherwise, you're just building the same thing every time. A consumer-facing prompt for generating implementations, installed MD, verification provenance, verify.md, and worked examples and examples. So I used this framework to implement what you saw on my website, Clankers. And it matches the tests. It technically works. It's not fun. Now, I could just keep iterating on the game itself that got produced, or I can iterate on the library so that any game that gets created with this Ghost library has the improvements. So I think I'm going to do a little bit of both. I think I'm going to iterate on the game and then work it back into the library. But as far as how I iterate on the game, I want to kind of put that on Rails a bit. So today we're working in a new repo called Vibe Review. Open sourced on my GitHub, of course, as usual. Literally nothing in this repo, empty, except the README, which is empty. I will be getting an interruption in 5 seconds. Hi. How was your nap? I'm on TV. You want to be on TV? No. How you feeling? How you feeling? Don't squeeze in there. Right. Why you always want to go this way? No, don't turn the knobs. Oh. She likes pushing the buttons on my Focusrite. My audio is bad enough, baby. You make it worse. You want to drive a car? What are you doing? Drive your car. Got a racing wheel back there. Bless you. Okay. I'm gonna make something, okay? You gonna watch? You gonna listen? Okay. You wanna actually play? You want the car? Okay, let me start it. I've been playing Forza Horizon 6 on my Xbox and my handheld Xbox. I only actually used the wheel once for like 30 minutes. It's just like hard to come up into the office and sit in the driver's seat here and load up the PC and update the drivers or whatever. It's always just too much friction. Okay, loading car. She said, I want car. You want car? Okay, you're gonna have car. Are you gonna be a race car driver? You gonna be a race car driver when you're older? Yeah. Vroom, vroom, huh? You see it? See the car? Ooh, so loud. Ooh, watch out. Don't, yeah, watch your fingers. loading.
It's loading?
Uh-huh. Get in your driver's seat.
It's driving. It's loading.
I thought it was done. I don't know what it's doing now. There it goes. Turn it all the way down. No. This is the wrong one. Oh well, you can play the old one. I clicked the wrong button, sorry. There you go. You can drive this. Okay. Ready? Where's the sound?
What sound?
Where's the sound? Huh? No sound. Where
Why
is
did
it?
it do it?
You gotta have sound. Can't race without sound.
A sound?
Yeah, I do it for you, okay? I fix it. Wait.
I want
Settings.
this sound.
You want sound, right? Yeah, just turn down. Okay. Save and continue. There we go. There we go. Okay. Drive. Maybe I can gas for you. Okay, I gas for you. I do the gas, you do the driving.
Ah! It's working.
You got it? Turn the wheel, turn the wheel. Turn. Is it not connected? Oh, maybe it's not connected. You got unplugged? It's plugged in. Blinking, why are you blinking? Blinking. Okay, watch your arms. Move the arms. Careful.
Ah!
Yeah. Okay, now try. Is it working?
Uh-oh.
Okay, turn.
Ah! It's working.
Okay, drive. Drive.
It's Degs and Chris Goss back with you right now, Horizon.
Wow.
So, Chris,
Wow.
Haley's been sending us pictures of our next
Other way.
showcase vehicle. It doesn't even fit in the frame.
Other way.
Mate, have you ever seen a front wheel like that at Horizon?
No, I have not, mate. I mean,
You go back on the
it's bigger
street.
than the hospital radio booth.
You turn
Yeah,
it?
it's got to be a monster truck, right?
Or one of those big diggers they use on construction sites.
I mean, monster truck would be more fun to race, though.
What's
No,
this?
well, you're probably right. But diggers are cool.
Where are you going?
Yeah, fair enough, fair enough.
What happened?
Up, 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 up.
You want to look out the window?
Window.
Oh, okay. You think you have to go eat.
Up, up.
Aren't you hungry?
Oh.
You want to eat, right?
Wow.
He's looking at the neighbor's backyard. They got toys home. Got a trampoline over there. Wow.
It's right here.
Look at the water. It's like a lake now. Look at you. See the water?
Huh?
The water, the drive. Oh, you want to gas? You went in the water. You crashed. You're crashing. He's stuck. He's stuck. You got stuck.
It got stuck.
Can you fast travel somewhere? 3.
Wishes.
3.
I'm helping.
Here.
Daddy?
Yes, fast travel there.
Lost.
Okay, drive. Turn the other way.
Look. Precious. Precious.
Other way.
Whoa. Rushing. Oh. It's working.
You're driving. Wow. Good job. Go back to the road. Go back road. Over there. Here. Turn. You done? what do we talk about so far? Vibe coding can build games, but it can't yet review them. Exactly. The missing loop is qualitative playtesting and the fun factor feedback, right? Spiral HTML already has qualitative gates. That's true. We did say playtest and do a fun factor audit, but it always just says, hey, I finished this feature. Can you test it for me and tell me if it's fun? But I eventually want it to be able to do that itself to some degree. Today, we're building the capture infrastructure for that gate, the qualitative gate. Screenshots alone are not enough. We also want to capture the game state. The screenshot shows what happened. The game state shows why it happened. Review artifacts should live in files, not in agent's context window. We want to be able to export it to a semantic HTML that the agents can read. Could do Markdown. I'm just kind of on this HTML train at the moment. Clankers is the first test subject, so I will review that game and take notes using this new tool. The goal is to convert playtest moments into durable evidence. Future stuff we could do is agent generates follow-ups and open questions from reviews. Future derive my game design heuristics from accumulated reviews. So like if I do these manual reviews enough, I will have some data, not to train a model or even fine-tune one, but just to come up with a prompt or rework the spiral framework or rework the Ghost library, you know, based on what I find. Future automated reviewer agents and playtest workflows. Success today equals capture one review item end to end. All right. Give me the codex. You know what? I'm just do this by hand. Look at my other Mac native apps. And let's build a new one for this project. Let's go into plan mode. Oh, I forget. I have to do. This is Codex. I'm trying Codex again. I mean, I do use it all the time, but I mean, like, it's the first time I streamed it in a while versus Claude Code. So let's reset that. We'll do plan. There we go. Let's build a new one for this project. This project will be a game review capture tool. I will open up my browser and play a game that I vibe coded, and every so often I will hit keyboard shortcut that takes a screenshot and prompts me to type in my feedback for that moment. It should also capture the game state slash browser states, anything that will help when an agent or human reviews the feedback and tries to implement a fix. Why am I just not speaking? All right. I want a screen. I want a native Mac app that not only has this overlay when doing the review, but also a screen I can use to load whatever project file, whatever review, what's the word? Artifacts I want. Reviews should be grouped by session. So we'll need a way to start and end a review, as well as resume. All right, it's kind of all over the place, but you get the general idea. So the reason why I tell it to look at my other directory, .. is because I've done some Mac native apps. I don't know if I have any installed. Yeah, I definitely have Flux panel installed, so I think I closed it, but Flux Panel is a Mac native app. It's this overlay right here. You can check out my repo for it. But then a lot of my apps have, let me close some of these maybe. Quit Stream Deck. Where is it? Oh no, this is one that doesn't have it. What I've been doing lately for my Mac native apps is putting a tool icon, and then you can like start recording, whatever. This is OBS, but like we'll do something similar where we can say start review, and it'll start capturing all the game state. What browser game context should each feedback moment capture for V1? Screenshot plus browser URL. That's pretty basic though. Adds DOM, local storage console. Capture through an optional browser extension or debug port integration, increasing setup and scope. Yeah, I mean, I just want everything, but we'll probably have to refine it. What should the saved review artifacts optimize for? Folder plus JSON markdown recommended. Each session in a folder with images. Oh, I forgot to say it's HTML. Write session output primarily as HTML documents compatible with the Spiral HTML workflow. Yeah, that's what I want. How should the in-game feedback prompt behave after the shortcut? Modal note overlay. A small always on top prompt appears with screenshot, thumbnail, rating, severity. Yes, that stuff. I'm just gonna one-shot the basic version of this app. Bum, 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 bum. Chromium extension. Which browser path should V1 support for deep state capture? Not reliable for DOM, local storage, URL, title, console. Oh, most reliable. I was like, what do you mean not reliable? Yeah. How much setup friction is acceptable for V1 capture? Guided explicit setup. The app shows required accessibility, screen recording extension. Yes. Where should sessions be saved by default? Inside reviewed project. Save under the target project, e.g. vibe review sessions, session ID, so agents can read artifacts locally. That's not the reviewed project though, unless this is implying this is the review. Save under the application supports. No. Choose every session. Prompt for a folder. Probably should just start with that. That locks the high-risk pieces. V1 will pair a native macOS app with a Chromium extension, use a guided permission setup screen, and ask for a destination folder when starting a session. I'm doing one last local check for repo state and project naming build assumptions before writing the implementation ready plan. Here's the plan. Here's summary. Build Vibe Review as a SwiftUI AppKit macOS 13 Plus app modeled after Flux Panel. AppKit owns Windows, SwiftUI owns UI, keyboard shortcuts, handles global hotkeys, and test scripts mirror the sibling project. V1 includes a native review dashboard, an always-on-top capture overlay, session start and resume, screenshot capture, and deep Chromium page state capture through a companion extension. Key changes: Scaffold, a new Xcode macOS app in this repo with targets. Vibe review, test, UI test, Chrome extension as unpacked extension source bundle documented with the app. Add app windows, main dashboard, session list, artifact folder picker, active session controls, capture list, selected capture detail, export open and finder actions. Review overlay, floating NS panel with session status and capture shortcut hint. Note prompt, modal always on top panel after capture with screenshot thumbnail. Note field, severity rating fields, save, cancel. Setup screen, screen recording, accessibility hotkey, and Chrome extension connection status. Add session model, review session, ID, title, destination folder, status active, ended. created, resumed, ended timestamps. Browser profile hint captures, review capture ID, timestamp note, severity rating, screenshot path, browser snapshot path, viewport metadata URL. This all seems right. I don't see anything off. Save artifacts under the user selected folder. I've review session HTML, so we went with HTML, great. Capture ID.png, captures.browser.json, session.json as machine readable index. Not sure what this is. We'll look at it when we get there. Spiral HTML output. Use semantic sections articles with stable data session, data capture, data status, and data priority attributes. Each capture becomes an append-only article data capture containing timestamp, screenshot link, browser state summary. Yes. Generate follow-up ready sections for severe capture so agents can promote them into docs follow-ups.html or dots folder. Yes, this integration will be a little interesting. We'll probably just say like select the Clankers folder and update this follow-ups directly. This follow-ups.html is from Spiral, my framework. Chromium extension. Content script captures URL, title, DOM summary, focused element, viewport size, scroll position, text, selected text, the local storage, session storage keys and values where permitted, canvas presence / metadata, and recent console message collected by injected script. Yes, please. Native app communicates through a local lightweight loopback WebSocket server started by the app while reviewing. Extensions and state snapshots on request. App stores them beside screenshots. Yes. Capture flow. User starts or resumes a session and chooses a destination folder. Global shortcut captures screenshot and request browser snapshot from the extension. Prompt appears with screenshot thumbnail and structured feedback fields. Save writes image JSON state. Appends vibe review session HTML. Implementation details. I'm gonna just skim this. Use screen capture kit or CG display capture fallback. Default shortcut Command Shift R. I'll probably change that. Unit tests, integration manual tests, assumptions v1 target Chromium, deep state capture requires guided settlement browser permission approval, session destination is chosen at review, Spiral HTML is the primary view artifact, the repo can adopt Flux Panel's manual Xcode project style rather than Swift Package Manager. Xcode project style rather than Swift Package Manager. I don't care as much, but yeah, I think Swift Package Manager is newer. Yes, implement this plan. Yes, clear context and implement. No, stay in plan mode. Let's check for an existing. Let's check for existing spiral docs in the user's chosen folder / sibling folders so that export actually writes to the game project's applicable docs. Fall back to creating the docs when not found. One thing I do need to check is Clankers checked out? CD Clankers. Doesn't look like it. All right, let's grab. Well, it has to be. Why is Clankers not here? Did I do it remotely? Maybe I did. Is Vibe TCG here? No. What computer did I even do these things on then? Did I do it totally remotely? Maybe I did. Let's see. Vibe kits. Vibe TCG. Let's check this one out too, just so we have it. Let's get Clankers. No such repository. What did I copy the wrong thing? I did. let's also make sure skills is updated in case we want to change spiral. Repository, Randroid Dojo. Oh yeah, because it's a fork. Clankers is a fork of Vibe TCG, the Ghost library. Clankers is the implementation of the Ghost library. Alrighty, go back here. Let's see what it added for the spiral stuff. Detect docs in this order. Okay, oh sorry. Spiral export behavior. When the user picks a folder, treat it as the reviewed game project root unless they choose a subfolder. Discover the project root by walking upward until .get agentsmd, claudemd, package.json, project.godot, or similar root markers found. Detect docs in this order. Full spiral HTML. Docs follow-ups, docs open questions, docs playtest, docs fun factor, audit HTML. Partial spiral HTML, any of those files, or docs/gdd index.html. Legacy spiral markdown, docs follow-ups. How's that legacy? How are these different? Playtest, open questions, gdd. So gdd might be legacy, but oh, is it the lowercase? No, they look the same. Oh, markdown instead of HTML. That's right. Legacy uppercase docs, docs, no docs. For full or partial spiral HTML projects, save session media under docs reviews session ID. Sure. Append session capture entries to docs playtest HTML. Add high severity captures as new FNN sections in follow-ups. Add unclear design product decisions as new questions and open questions. Never rewrite or delete prior ledger entries. Only append and add new sections. For legacy markdown project, save media under docs reviews session ID or capital docs. Create docs reviews session ID, vibe review session HTML as the primary artifact. Do not mutate markdown ledgers in V1. Show a dashboard warning that legacy docs were detected. For projects with no applicable docs, create minimal spiral HTML review docs. Do not create the full spiral scaffolds unless the user explicitly chooses bootstrap full spiral docs in setup. Okay. Artifact shape, store every session. Okay, let's do it. Any questions? You're like, what the heck are you even building? Oh man, was my audio messed up this whole time? So my dials were down? Well, that sucks. Should probably check that. Hello, hello, hello. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Hello? YouTube's so far behind. It's crazy. Yeah, it's still quiet. Must have been really quiet before. It's like YouTube's completely silent. Oh no, okay, there it goes. I need to boost my audio. Maybe that's the next thing I'll vibe code. I used to have apps for it, but it could bring up, oh, there's filters. Maybe that will do it. In OBS, add filter, compressor, expander, gain, limiter, noise gate, noise suppression, upward compressor. What do I want? Gain? Let's try gain. Alright, so I'm just going to blow up the gain 30 dB. Sorry, this is a warning. Oh, it already did it. Sorry. Whoa, clearly messed it up. Let's see what that sounds like. Let's try gain. Alright, so I'm just going to blow up the gain 30 dB. Sorry, this is a warning. Oh, It already did it, so. All right, is that better? Too much echo. All right, is that better? Too much echo. Are you kidding me? That sounds great, I think. I don't know. You guys let me know. But did I just finally solve my audio issues? I don't know. Seems better. Cool. What are you doing, Codex? I'll scaffold the native app now and keep the first implementation focused but runnable. The repo is clean and empty aside from README. All right, our first project files. Woohoo! I guess we can look at these. Look at the diff. We've got contents.json inside of XC assets, Xcode. So we're talking Xcode here. You know, I haven't launched Xcode in a while. I wonder if it's even up to date. Let's launch it. It is not. It's like every time I need to actually open Xcode, which is rare, it needs an update. What else we got? Models, project docs.swift. So data models. See if I can open the project. Don't actually see the Xcode project in here. Where would it be? Under here? Yeah. There's no actual project file yet. Extension's not there yet for Chrome. No scripts. Do you start with the tests maybe? Nope, no tests. This is a Swift file. App icon. It's got some. This is the capture prompt view. This is the content view. Services, session store, browser snapshot server, screenshot capture, spiral HTML writer, date formats.swift, HTML.swift, project discovery.swift, project docs model, review models. Ooh, look at that flashing. What was that? Warp? Ooh, there it is. Is it when I hover over these? Oh, it's probably updating. 3,000 lines. Holy crap. What was that? Warp? There's the project file. Did that work? What is happening? It's not letting me select it. Just open the directory maybe. Probably not the way to open it. Probably gonna mess things up opening Xcode. Xcode's so heavy. Too much magic. It's like it's locked. Is there something on the screen? Nope. Oh, there it goes. I can't tell if it's actually loading anything. It says ready. Anyways, I'm not gonna mess with it. Let's just let this run. README's done. Clean build passes. I'm running unit tests. I'll remove regenerated build output again and report the results. Just the README. What is implemented? Vibe reviews a native macOS. Yeah, we know. A review dashboard for starting, ending, resuming. A floating capture overlay while you play. Configurable global shortcut. Modal feedback prompt. Chromium extension bridge. Spiral HTML export into the selected game project's docs when available. You can build and run from Bash. Which is interesting. Maybe because it has the Chrome extension. Usually you don't build native apps with Bash, but it's cool. It's fine. It's probably good. It's using an Xcode. I bet it's using an Xcode CLI under the hood. Or is it? Where's our Bash scripts? I know there's probably a way to collapse everything, but it's a nice way to get an idea of what's in the code. High level. Okay, so here's the bash. Yeah, it calls XcodeGen to generate the project. Xcodebuild to build it. I don't know what generate does if it already exists. Probably a no-op. Run opens the .app. So this is if it's installed. Oh, it opens it from the build project. But I like having my apps in my apps folder. All right, let's see what it tells us to do. It said implemented the Vibe Review v1 native macOS app. What landed? SwiftUI apt-get macOS app with the XcodeGen project checked in. Vibe review.xcodeproj. Floating overlay plus global. Yeah, we already kind of read that. Scripts, builds, test run. Set up workflow docs. Maybe we should read that. Verification passed. To try it, run it. Then load Chrome extension in Chrome as an unpacked extension. Okay. We'll follow the order that it suggested. Oops. Hey, check it out. I like that icon. Very cool. We get started review. Snapshot receiver running. No extension snapshot yet. Okay. Let's go. I think it's good. Let's go install in Dia if we can. Dia. Extensions. There it is. Developer mode, maybe? Pack, load unpacked. Is that what it's set to do? Dev, vibe. Vibe review. Where is that? There it is. Vibe review, Chrome extension, select. Hey, extension loaded. Refresh. Let's load our game. Clankers, clankers. Okay, allow clankers mocha.vercel.app to access your loopback network. Allow. This can read and change site data. Okay, manage extension. All right, let's see if that did anything. extension connected. Hey! I don't know what that button does. It's probably opening something. Okay, let's Shift Command R to start a capture. What if I don't have a project yet? Does it work? Let's see if we can change that shortcut. Okay, let's see. Shift Command R. Okay, that is Shift Command R. So yeah, it doesn't seem to do anything. When we start review, we'll choose our project, which is a Spiral HTML project. Clankers. We'll just choose the root. What is this none? What is that icon? Oh, none as in no artifacts? Yeah, no artifacts. So it should have created a new folder under docs reviews. It did. It's got a UID or a timestamp, I guess, is probably what that is. And empty session JSON, I'm guessing, or defaults. Vibrary session HTML. So if I open this, this will be the report for this session, and it is currently empty. Great. Well, let's get started. So, how do I capture an artifact? Oh, that's what the shortcut's for. So if I do it here at the start of the game, some actual feedback that I have. There it goes. Okay. So capture feedback, but it wants the system settings preferences. Okay. By the way, I know you guys probably blown away by this, but it just works. That's where we're at with vibe coding these days, guys. It just works. All right. It's not super impressive yet. I know. Quit and reopen. So that's kind of annoying because I already created the session. What happens? I'm guessing it's going to create a brand new session now when I open it again. I have to run this script again, don't I? Oh, maybe I can open the existing session. Start Clankers. Let's see if that works. Okay. So it looks like I can open the existing one. Beautiful. That is not too bad then. Command Shift R. If I refuse requesting to bypass the system private window picker and directly access your screen audio, allow. Severity, issue, note, polish, blocks release, tags, raw folder. Okay, that's the wrong screen. So I'm going to take a screenshot of the screenshot tool, cancel that. I guess we'll test if cancel worked. Did it actually capture anything? Let's look at the HTML that it produced. Refresh. Cool, didn't save anything. Oh, nice little overlay. Yeah, so there's an issue. The screen, I have 3 monitors, and the screenshots was for my primary, but I was reviewing the game on a secondary monitor. I don't know if it needed that image, but yeah, that's my OBS that it captured. So, not flawless, but I didn't think about that. And if I would have thought about that, or if it would have been smart enough to think about multiple monitors, that's the other macOS app that I have. Another one of them is for rearranging windows and stuff. What did I call it? Magic Desktop. That's what I called it. It's on my repo. That one had to handle multiple desktops. Even worse, you see how like on this is one of my secondary monitors, and it has this panel up here, and each of these is unique to this screen. But in order to use Magic Desktop properly, at least I simplified the implementation, I had to turn on a setting in macOS, that's why I'm not using it on this machine at the moment, where only the primary gets the toolbar, and every desktop you see is shared across the other screens. Now, to be clear, it's not duplicating, but it's like right now on one monitor I have one desktop. This one I have desktop 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, and then on the other monitor sorry, one monitor is desktop 1, other monitor is desktop 2, and then the rest are here. That's so they're all unique. But what I would have instead is I would have desktop 1 through 6 or whatever on all 3 monitors. And if I wanted to drag like this to this monitor's 3rd desktop or whatever, I could do that. But if I wanted to drag it to another monitor's 3rd desktop, I could do that. And then what happens is when I switch to the 3rd desktop on this one, all monitors switch to the 3rd desktop. I know it's confusing. It's kind of a paradigm shift. I don't even know what that mode is called. I'm being crazy. I should just look it up for you guys. It's like shared desktop or something. Show windows from an application. No. Displays have separate spaces. Yeah, so that's turned on by default. You would have to turn that off to get the thing I'm talking about. Anyways, I'm not using Magic Desktop at the moment, so we don't need that. Oh, did it fix it? Here I am blabbing away. Fixed. Screenshot capture now uses the display containing the mouse at the moment. I like that. It went with the mouse. Cool. We should test that. So if I'm over here on the game and I do the shortcut, it's still the wrong one. I might have to stop it. Maybe it's like running the old one still. Hold on. Yeah, I'm not convinced that it rebuilt. How do I, let's kill it. Vibe review. Then relaunch it. Yeah, I'm guessing it didn't actually relaunch it because I'd already had my session started and stuff. I don't like how it says start. It should say open, right? How did I open last time? I don't want to create a new session. There was a way to do it. Maybe it was start, but that's not very intuitive if that's what it was. This is so meta. Okay, I've got review feedback for my review tool. Yeah, you can open, I guess. I don't know. That's not intuitive. I guess because it has, okay, so you just choose the project and then it just continues if there's an open review, which kind of makes sense because you'd want to end the review if you're truly done. Okay, maybe it's good enough. So now that we've for sure restarted, let's try that shortcut again, and now it works. Let's cancel. I'm going to move my mouse to my OBS, and you can't see it, but it did bring up the same thing, and it's my OBS monitor. Cool. All right, I say we just start collecting. I mean, we should probably do a test review before we get too far, just to make sure it actually stores everything. I do notice, is it capturing my tabs? Kind of not, right? But it does capture the floating Clankers extension, or the extension for this code review. It's kind of dumb. I probably want that to hide. But maybe it's because it's a security risk or something. It always has to be on screen. I am not too sure about that. So this is functional, I think. I mean, what's my problem with this screen? I mean, it looks a lot like Epoch, my other game. That's like menu based. It's wordy. Ashen Iron is a theme, so like it's kind of weird. The first thing I'm doing is picking a theme. Like, what's that even have to do with anything? I guess because it's a Ghost library, you're able to like create different themes, but that's not really my intention with the Ghost library. Intention of the Ghost library is kind of like what Santiago, my editor, has taken I talked about this on the last screen, but he's taken my Asteroid game, or Asteroid Fracker, whatever it's called, Space Fracker, what is it called? Mining? God, I can't remember my own game. Too much crap. No, it's something Fracker. Fracking asteroids. There we go. He took that and he created, I forget what he named his, Fracker, whatever. And he started taking the game in a different direction, right? Because it's open source, and we do that. But like, imagine if we had this tool back then, this Ghost library. This, in my case, the first one I wrote was a TCG trading card game. But yeah, I could have had Asteroid Fracker Ghost library, whatever, and I would have put in my ideas like, oh, I want it to be about traveling across the universe, and then he would put in his ideas like, oh, I wanted it to be about more of a space battle loop where you upgrade and die in one hit, like his rules. And then in theory, both games would get generated and we could have different art styles or whatever as well. But then his would, we would share the things that we didn't specify that were specified in the Ghost library. Like, we both can mine asteroids, we both can buy upgrades from a store, we both, like, those things would be consistent, and then only the things that are unique to our games are overridden, and that could include themes. But so this took that, and it's like, hey, you can have two themes in one game. That's not what it is. You have two games with different themes if you want. So that's kind of yeah, that's one major issue. The Ghost libraries, you know what we're going to do? I could have just said all of that if I had my Whisper flow open. Did that actually launch? Where is it? Okay, here we go. The intention of the Ghost library is to create different games with different overrides of the rules and features and theme. It's not to create one implementation with multiple themes. So we should not have a theme picker in Clankers. I lost it. So we might have a what do you call it? Cursor selection. God, my brain today. Problem. Focus. Might have a text box focus issue there. I'm not sure. When I clicked off here, I think it lost focus. But anyways, I was able to copy it. Thank you, Whisperflow. Rating 3 issue. Yeah, it's more of an issue with the. So let's do a tag here. We'll call it Ghost. Is that clear enough? Ghost library. Ghost-library. Yeah, let's do that. All right, I'm gonna do that. And then one thing I think is we need like a. I can actually see the game underneath attack and turn. That might be another thing to fix. But yeah, I think just in general, this should not be. Okay, the name of the game is wrong. And I think that was a Ghost library thing as well, because I made the repo and I was like, hey, go implement it in this repo called Clankers. But the Ghost library didn't like say, oh, the repo is called Clankers, so let me call the game Clankers. I described the theme, and I was using things like ash and iron, not directly, but like a scorched post-war Earth, 6 battlefield assets. So like those came from my description of what the theme of this game would be, and it came up with ash and iron to match that theme. But that's not actually what I wanted. So another Ghost library. This would be nice if it remembered previous tags. Oops. Again, this is so meta. Review of the review. Add auto completes. You know what I should do is I should do add auto completes. Add auto complete for tags if they already exist. That's a feature because it's going to have some way of looking up existing captured feedback. Is it cross product, across reviews, cross project? Yeah, who knows, right? But Codex will decide, and whatever it decides is probably good enough for a first pass. All right, so Ghost library. I wonder if it includes. Oh, cool. Stays on screen. Ghost library. What was the problem? The name. The Ghost library didn't use my project's repo name as the game name like I expected. instead, it came up with a new name, Ash and Iron, when based on the theme I described. I forgot to use Whisper again. And then I just realized Ghost library didn't use project's repo name, which is Clankers. I didn't set a severity, but that's fine. All right, so this is the start screen. The theme can go away, but then this works as a start screen. It's got the name of the game, which is wrong, but whatever. It's got a cool description, I guess, of the game. 6 battlefield. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't say anything about being a trading card game. There's another thing that's missing from the Ghost library itself. I don't know if the feedback goes here, though. But it's supposed to be, you're supposed to open packs as well. I believe I put that in the original spec, but it's a card battler and a trading card. It's like both. I don't know. We'll call this Ghost library as well. Ghost library missing. Ghost library might be missing some key features that would make this not just a card battler, but also a trading card game, which is what I intended. I did it again with this damn Whisper. I'll do it on the next one. Should have the should have the cracking packs feature and feel, along with the gotta collect them all feel, in addition to the actual battle mode. Oops. I don't like that. Do I like that enter doesn't save and it does new line? I guess I do like it. It's fine. Cool. All right, well, maybe we just end the review there. I mean, there's plenty more that I want to say is wrong with this game, but I just kind of want to test this new thing instead. All right, so it just wants me to quit and relaunch to test the tagging. Before I do that, yeah, let's go ahead and do that. I was going to test the actual review we already had, but yeah, let's kill it. Hopefully it doesn't lose state, but I guess that's a good test, right? If it loses state, we'll have to fix that. Good thing I just recorded this, so I don't technically lose my feedback. 5 review. Okay. And then rebuild. Give the app a better icon that represents the app. I always forget to give app icons to these things. Okay, and then now okay, so I tried to do the shortcut to review and it kind of freaked out, and that's because, remember, we have to open the project first. So let's open the project. Clankers. All right. So before I end, let's do one more thing. So what's wrong with this screen? Just one more thing so I can test that it has the tagging. Again, the themes here. Menu just takes you back. Okay, so that's wrong. Can I escape? No. Okay, so menu actually seemingly quits the game. Does it keep the state? All right, let's fix that. Let's see, end turn. Okay, so now it's, what turn is it? Is there any way for me to see what turn it is? Okay, we have this state here, right? So if I say menu, start match, it does restart. Okay, perfect. That's bug. So we'll say polish no issue blocks release. We'll say bug 4. Okay, can I type? Ooh, you saw that? You saw that? It tried to show a autocomplete search results the first time I clicked. It's kind of minor. It didn't reproduce, so I don't care. Ghost library. Oh, autocomplete is failing. Let's try it again. Ghost library. Yeah, it's not working. The tag, maybe I have to do it. Maybe it stores it differently now. Ghost library. I'm going to use Whisper this time. The menu takes you back to the start screen, and it only has a start instead of continue button. And that start button clears your game state. So you lose all of your state when you click menu. Menu should be a pause menu, and if it does quit, you should have to confirm that. This is not a ghost. Okay, work that down. This is not a ghost library thing, though. That's the problem. This one is. What do we call this? Menu UX UI UX. Call this UX. Save. So now if I take one more, does it autocomplete UX? Yes, it does. Okay. So I just didn't have ghost library because it didn't. Because I created those before I had this tagging feature. Remember, autocomplete, whatever. Okay, dash fine. I do want to see if we can get this off the screen. Is there any way to hide this floating icon? What do we call this? Floating screen content. What is this called? To hide this floating UI, is it coming from the Chrome extension? Can we at least not include it in screenshots? I don't know if that's possible. Alright, I think I'm going to end my review. End review. Oh, you can resume. Okay, so there should have been a resume. Yeah, I think that's a bug. I shouldn't have to keep clicking start, even though I didn't end the review. It should have been here, and I should have been able to resume. Okay, so I think I need to change that. Artifacts. Probably just need a button to open the HTML as well. I think the folder changed. I must have created multiple sessions. Created date, status ended, issue Ashen Iron Card Battler. Looks like I could pause this, but I can't. It says no active review. Okay. This image is not scaling properly. That's bad. This is the. It's always going to be the same path in this game, I think. The time's kind of repeated, but I guess this was the start of the review. This is the feedback. Okay. The menu takes you back to the start screen and only has a start button of a continue button. The start, yeah, that's what I said. Browser snapshot. Okay, let's look at this JSON, and then UX was label. The irony of this is the labels are not labeled. We need some styling. The styling is good. Okay, so when an agent reads this, it doesn't need a ton of styling. We need to in this report, UX was a label. We need the report to have a labels or tags. Sorry. We need the report to have a tags header to make this clear. And then I don't like that these are different sessions, because now I have to go, if I want to get to the other ones, I have to do this. And I don't know if that was because I was killing the app or until like it didn't know how to like resume. I wonder if I resume now, so if I like, because now I have the resume option, right? You know what I'm saying? If I look at this, I resume. Now will it be in the same folder or will it create a new one? So quick way to test that is, how many do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4. So if I resume, how many do I have now? Okay, so modified the last one, it looks like. Let's just double check. Test. Refresh. That's the first one, probably. What's the time? No, that is the right one. Oh, there we go. Okay. Yeah, so maybe it's working now. So I think the actual bug. We also need to be able to delete. I realized we should be able to delete artifacts or edit. Edit. But I would prefer, honestly, to do it through here, because it's here. Yeah, and I should be able to see the tags and the logs from here as well. From this view, I should be able to see more info for each artifact. I should see everything I can see in the reports, include, for example, where we need the tags and the link to open the JSON state. And add a delete with confirmation mechanism. I don't want to say button because maybe we're going to slide. I don't know. Do whatever's macOS native friendly, SwiftUI friendly. I'm going to kill the app. What did it say about the other issue? Okay, so it should have fixed the tags. And the thing before that, floating UI is native overlay, not the Chrome extension. I changed it so the HUD is automatically hidden before taking a screenshot. Waits briefly for the display to update. Cool, so we need to test that as well. And then the last big thing, don't let me forget, is the actual resuming of the project stuff. The current row is intentionally sparse and the store has no delete operation yet. I'm going to add deletion at the session store level, so the UI session.json regenerate HTML report and capture files stay in sync. For the artifact rows, I'm adding the report level fields. Also, let me edit details of each artifact, e.g. add or remove tags, change review note. Let's start planning out the other fix. So One major issue is when I first hit start, I chose Clankers as my project root. I then actually began a session using the shortcuts, captured some artifacts. I killed the app. I reopened the app, and I did not see my project. I should have saw the Clankers project saved already, and I should have had the resume review option. Instead, when I went to create, or I hit start again, it was able to recreate the Clankers project, and the new review captured stuff went in a different session. That is wrong. Fix it. It's so weird talking, man. I do better at typing, I think. Can you guys hear Toy Story downstairs? I see my microphone jumping, but can you see when can you hear when I tap? Yeah, it looks like it. I do a lot of fidgeting. I'm learning to pick locks. Got these little clear see-through locks. Pretty cheap one, but I have a nicer one too that you can actually change the pins on. But I tried to change the pins on it, and I didn't read the instructions, and I completely broke it. You know, typical fashion. I don't do so well with hardware type things, but I'm trying to get better. I'm trying to focus more. Problem with these locks is, I don't know if it's because I've like picked at it for too long, but I can actually just kind of put the pick in there, put everything above the shear line, and like, I'm not exactly doing it, but like, I don't know how to, I'm not good at raking or anything like that, but when I try to do individual picking on these things, I feel like the wrench gets in the way. You know what I mean? Anyone else got that problem? No. Cool, so that should be fixed. I'm gonna have it fix that. Then we'll do hopefully one last rebuild, launch, commit, check-in, whatever, and call it a day. We'll actually update the Ghost library and Clankers whenever I feel like it. Okay? Whenever I feel like it. Actually, there's one more thing we need to check. Export. We didn't do export. Should I wait? I almost don't want to wait. I almost want to launch it. Oh, but I don't think it's installed in my apps, is it? What's the name of this guy? Vibe Review? Hey, it's got an icon. Totally generated icon, obviously. But that's fine. Better than nothing. Oh, the project's gone again. It's annoying. Maybe it's working on it. Artifacts. HUD. What is that? Oh, this guy. Okay. Extension. This is cut off. It's annoying. Not a big deal though. End review. Did I hit start? I don't remember hitting start. All right, let's check something. Let's do this. All right, so it's not. This is not in the screenshot anymore. I don't think. There is something up there, but I think it's. Hold on. What is that? Oh, it's my find. Okay, cool. Yeah, it's gone. Okay, cool. Tags. It did that glitch again. And it doesn't remember UX. Yeah, okay. It's in the middle of working on something. Ooh, errors. Executing inline script violates the following content security policy directive. Yeah, WASM, unsafe eval. That's probably true. I wonder if there's a way to grant access for debug purposes. that was the other thing we had to check. We had to check the game state capture. We're not quite done, fellas. Clankers, bots, my viewers. Subscribe to the channel, by the way. We are at 375 on YouTube. We're trying to get to 500. That's a milestone, 375. Nice round number. Let's get to 400. Randroid's Dojo. Check it out. I don't know what this is telling me. Full spiral HTML. I guess it's the whether it would had all that fallback logic, like if it's not a spiral project or if it had like old spiral. I don't know if I needed any of that, but I don't know that I need to label it either. It's fine. It's fine for the moment. What was the other thing we were going to test? We tested this. The screenshot doesn't show the HUD thing we captured. Why does that sometimes change to pause? Just gonna quit this. Oh, I know what it was. End review. It was. Where's the artifacts? Oh, I didn't save any. Dang it. Zoom. Test, save. There we go. So it's got the tags. Screenshot. What did that just do? Oh, it just took a new screenshot. Okay. What if I took this to another monitor and did a screenshot? I don't think that worked. I think it's always taking a screenshot of the other monitor, other desktop. I don't know what that's doing. Browser. The last time you open WebStorm, it forced quit. Don't reopen. There we go. Okay, so it's getting some browser state. Or is it the default JSON? Yeah, there's not much in here. It's got my scroll. That's about it. Nothing in local storage. That could just be the game as well. And the height of the window. Not much, but I didn't really tell it what's important to capture yet anyways. Can I edit the text? That's the other thing I wanted to do. Edit. Yes, I can. No. Save. Rating 3. Where's my actual text? Browser title, screenshot, browser snapshot. I should be able to open this. So I guess that's what that does. I don't know why I need both. Should just be links. Oh. Oh, okay, I'm dumb. This is just opening the screen. Whoa, what was that? This is just opening this screenshot. Duh. Cool. Can I edit this screenshot? No. But I can actually see. Oh, there it is. No. Okay. Rating 3. Didn't I change that though? No, I changed blocks release. Blocks release rating 5. Perfect. I don't know what star means. Can't add new tags. Need to be. Oh, what if I edit? Okay, there we go. Yeah. Test. What else? Delete. Let's delete it. This removes the capture from the session report and deletes its screenshot and browser JSON artifact files. Perfect. There's some UI quirks I could work out, obviously, but I'm not trying to get too in the weeds right now. What was the last thing we were working on? Oh, the new project flow. Yeah, so I should go in and I should delete the existing Clankers stuff. Oh, actually, I do want to kind of keep this one. Had some good feedback in that other one. Is it this one? No, it looks like a test one. Did I lose it? Might have lost it. Well, you saw the feedback. I can recreate it later, I guess. Yeah, that was definitely a test one. I'm deleting. That looks real. I think this is the real one. Yeah, okay. So I want to keep this one. Oh, that's only one of those is real. Oh my god. Okay. I'm just gonna archive all this. Views backup. Delete. Move to trash. I still haven't seen the export. I wonder if it just didn't add that feature yet. So export is supposed to export to the spiral docs, like open questions and stuff. But how does it know what's an open question, I guess? I need to label it. Or use an LLM to figure it out. Implemented the fix it centered. Okay. Let's build. Run. So it did still show this, but I don't really know if that's telling me anything. End review. Let me kill the app. And then what's in Finder? What in the project tells it that it's a review project? Oh, I thought I deleted these. I did. Interesting. So is there anything else in here? Git ignore. Maybe it's some kind of app state, like not this project, but the review app state. Okay, it's gone. All right, so now if I start, choose Clankers, review is going, grab an artifact, test. Oh, the capture's broke. Interesting. We'll have to look at that later. Now if I kill it, relaunch it. Also, I don't know if this is the same build. Yeah, okay, that worked. And then, cool, it's paused, so I can resume. Great. That seems fixed, but let's do one more capture. Broken. I'm going to end the review and then go to the artifacts. It should be one folder, not two. Yeah, it is. Great. Note time. Did we lose the tags? Oh, I didn't put any tags. Oh, there's a tag. Okay, so this one got a tag. The other one I didn't put a tag. Cool. What else? I guess this state or the browser extension fix we need, and then there was something else. Oh, export. I keep saying that over and over again. Export. Yeah, I just don't need to see an option for it. Edit, vibe review, view, window. Like it didn't change. Let me check. CD Clankers. Git status. Just add a new docs, right? But did it change anything inside docs? Wait, did docs not exist before? Oh, because it wasn't a spiral project. It was created for the Ghost library. All right. Open follow-ups. Oh, it did work. So it just auto exports, I guess. Cool. Ooh. It says nice to have, polished. The F01, the intention of the Ghost library is to create different games with different overrides of the rules, features, and things. Okay, so it's got all of my feedback, including the test ones. Question I have is if I delete the test ones, does it know to go back and delete from here? Maybe, oh no, because I think it's, what's the word? It's write only. So that's probably fine for now. But yeah, these ledgers are supposed to be write only. Though they should probably be reverse order. Why is that 4337? Holy shit, it jumped a lot. All right, that's fine. I think this is good enough. I think we move forward with this. We push it. We commit it. We call it good. Okay, fix the CSP error. In Chrome extension, the issue with the extension injecting an inline script into the page, which sites like Randroid.dev can block via CSP. I moved the console bridge into Chrome extension's page bridge.js and configured it in Chrome extension manifest to run as a Chrome MV3 main world content script. Chrome extension content now only listens for the bridge messages and snapshots. Verified. Chrome extension manifest parses valid. No screen. Okay. I'm gonna run that. Oh, I didn't kill it, did I? So I need to delete this, I think. Manage, remove, and then install fresh. Cool. All right, resume. Let's go to the actual page we care about. Let's create some state. Attack. You attack CPU for 2. End turn. Can I just attack again? Attack. 2. How do you remove stuff? Standby. Standby. Why is it standby? But this feels like this is the thing attacking. Whatever. I'm not actually reviewing all these problems with this game right now. It's too much to handle. But yeah, let's say, well, I could technically create one. Let's do it. Review, issue, UI, HUD. Let's say UI. Why is the card that is attacking labeled standby? What happened to my icon? Was that not running? Oh, that's start a new thing. Probably need a different name for that. Okay, now if I go to artifacts, yeah, I got the screenshot. That's not what I want. I wanted captures. I want the JSON. Where's that at? Right here. So this is the new one. How come I can't close this? Oh, stay in light mode. Okay. Yeah. So any new state in here doesn't look like. I mean, menu buttons, DOM summary. Okay, so it's got a DOM summary now. Okay. This works because this game is all menu based. No scroll, no local storage. I have to try it on like Vibracer where there's actual local storage. Don't ask again, stay in light mode. Okay. Alright, I think that's good. I did lose my icon. What happened to the app icon? Okay, so that's how you vibe code a macOS app. Yeah, this stuff is just too meta because it's like I'm building so many layers to it, right? It's like I'm vibe coding something, right, to use as a tool to review something I vibe coded. But not just that, the thing I built was actually using a framework that I vibe coded called Spiral, which is actually a skill for agents or for Claude Code. And on top of that, the thing that I built was a ghost library at first, and the ghost library was used to generate the game Clankers, and that's what I'm reviewing. Like, could you get any more meta with this stuff? I have this theory that, and I've heard other people say it, but I have this theory that most devs, not most, I don't know, there's probably a significant amount of tokens being spent by devs just building AI tools and working on their harnesses and stuff. I am guilty of that, apparently. It's like, what are we actually producing? I haven't shipped a single game. I mean, I lie. I have shipped technically because everything is in my GitHub and it's hosted on Vercel and available on my website. So check it out. You can play every game I've made in the last 6 months or whatever it's been. 39 projects, not all games. Yeah, check these out. I talk about it every stream, but yeah, there's the bowling one we did recently. Still, it didn't fix the actual physics there on the balls. Boom, boom. Vibracer is still the biggest game. I haven't gone back to fix the destruction derby, destructible cars yet. Do the interior. Need to do that. I put these in order. Third one, Fracking Asteroids, which I think could be my best game someday. I just need to put more time into it. Hoops is probably the most addicting. I probably put this one or Vibrator. I put the most hours into, but it sucks on mouse keyboard. It's better on mobile. This one was from my childhood basically, and could have been really cool and whatever, but nobody played it. I would check it out if I were you. And you like create a little character. Like, so let's call it Bob. Let's talk to Bob, guys. Does it even work? I haven't loaded this one in a while. I wonder if something's broke. No, there it is. Okay. Bob, wake up. Go take a shower. Ding dong. Anyways, a lot of cool stuff that I technically shipped, right? But I've boom, boom, punch, 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 kick, boom. But nothing that's like a full-fledged game. It's not on the App Store. It's not on Steam. It's not on Xbox. Whatever. But lots of stuff there. You can also check out. So this is my website. It's probably the best way to get to the code and the apps because you can click this button. That will take you to Randroid's Dojo. And you can look at all my repos here. And then finally, please, if you're on Twitch, go to my actual YouTube, Randroid's Dojo. There's an apostrophe, but that's fine. Go to my dojo and subscribe. We're trying to get to 500. Right now we're at 375. But it really takes like a week. I think I'll go like a week without getting anything, and then all of a sudden I'll get like 2 maybe. But yeah, check it out. Oh man, I oversold. Whoever was watching left. All right, thanks for tuning in. If you're watching the VOD, really do appreciate it. Like and subscribe, all that stuff. Until next time, keep on clanking, clankers.